is my new man. Are you jealous? Are you going to fight for me? Huh?
Nah, I can take rejection.
You are jealous and a coward.
The PlayStation 2, where memory cards were sacred, discs got scratched like battle scars, and open-world games, they absolutely popped off. Even in 2025, this chunky legend of a console still holds the crown when it comes to sheer variety, creativity, and glorious freedom-packed chaos. From Mafia sandboxes to cowboy shootouts to Tokyo drifts before it was cool, these worlds are still alive and well, waiting for you to break the rules again. So let's boot up that old beast or emulator and dive into 30 of the best open-world PS2 games that still slap harder than a wired controller to the face.
Hey, it's OG Loc, homie, and I'ma keep cold with a gun in your face. I spit it hotter than anybody in the world could do.
That
It's
shit
like
sucks. Damn.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. When your mum's been gunned down, your brother's blaming you, and the city's more corrupt than a used car salesman at a poker table, it's time to go full chaos mode. Dropped back into a 1992 urban sprawl that feels like a living, breathing, drive-by prone world, you take on the role of a streetwise underdog turned gangland legend. From humble Grove Street beginnings to casino heists in neon-lit deserts, it's a story that takes you from zero to kingpin. If you can survive the cops, rival gangs, and your own gym schedule. Yes, cardio matters when you're gunning for empire status. This beast of a game lets you hijack anything that moves, pilot everything from fighter jets to lawnmowers, and even bulk up until you look like a protein shake with legs. You can spray graffiti, manage territory wars, flirt with girlfriends, rob houses at night, and get into kung fu fistfights at the local gym, all in the same evening. With 3 massive cities to explore, a system that tracks muscle, respect, and even your choice of sneakers, this one's not just open world, it's open life. And if you somehow get bored, try riding a BMX off Mount Chiliad with no parachute. Freedom, baby.
On scene. Me?
Just try and be restrained, just this one. There's a telegraph line from the top of the pyramid to the jungle landing strip. We'll be waiting for you there.
Total Overdose. This tale kicks off with a DEA agent falling out of a plane and landing in the definitely not natural causes. Fast forward, and his jailbird son, with all the subtlety of a mariachi band in a library, is unleashed upon a bullet-riddled Mexican underworld, packed with corrupt generals, exploding ships, deadly piñatas, no, seriously, and a suspicious number of mustaches. You're not here to stealth your way through enemy ranks. You're here to dive through the air in slow-mo, guns blazing, like it's a telenovela directed by Michael Bay. Once you're dropped into this sun-soaked, taco-fueled chaos fest, the world becomes your shoot-'em-up playground. Want to surf a car off a ramp into a burning cartel base, while dual-wielding pistols and shouting, "Viva la Revolucion!" Please do. And if that doesn't scratch your loco itch, try summoning El Toro, a literal human wrecking ball, or strumming dual guitar case machine guns like you're auditioning for a mariachi metal band. From stunt cars to loco kills, this game makes every second feel like a deleted scene from Desperado. It's wild, it's dumb, it's brilliant, and if you aren't dodging bullets in slow motion by the end of it, you're probably doing it wrong.
James? What? Who are you? Mom, I thought you told me never to talk to strangers.
Like I said before, Jimmy, please be nice to your new stepfather.
Bully. It all starts with a 15-year-old delinquent dumped into a gothic boarding school while his mum enjoys her 5th honeymoon. And what does he get in return? Wedgies, betrayal, exploding stink bombs, and a suspiciously aggressive gym teacher. From fighting off bullies to charming cheerleaders and rising up the social ladder by punching your way through cliques like their gym class hurdles, this one's like Mean Girls meets Fight Club with bicycles. class is always in session, whether you're passing English by unscrambling words like a caffeinated Scrabble champion, or crafting stink bombs in chemistry like a miniature Heisenberg. You'll attend geography to unlock collectibles, gym to learn wrestling throws, and art to master the fine art of smooching your crushes for bonus health. And when it's time for extracurriculars, pranks, slingshots, food fights, bike races, and full-on hallway warfare are just the beginning. Respect is currency here, and making friends or enemies depends entirely on how many wedges you've dodged and how many times you've knocked someone into a locker.
To use those powers to help people. With great power comes great responsibility. No matter how much I might wish things were different, there's only one Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2. Ever tried juggling rent, college, pizza deliveries, awkward crushes, and saving New York City from a mad scientist with 4 metal spaghetti arms? It's just another week for our favorite web-slinger, who's smack in the middle of a superhero existential crisis. The mask is getting heavy, his powers are ghosting him mid-swing, and his love life is collapsing faster than a malfunctioning nuclear fusion reactor, which, coincidentally, is exactly the villain's plan. This open-world experience turns the Big Apple into your swinging playground. You're not just fighting crime, you're mastering aerial ballet between skyscrapers, stopping muggers mid-punch, and doing backflips off flagpoles like a caffeinated gymnast. Side missions range from photo ops and car chases to helping civilians with extremely suspicious balloon-related emergencies. The combat is slick, the movement is addictive, and there's nothing quite like dive bombing onto a goon squad with the elegance of a red and blue ninja acrobat. But what really sells it is the heart. This is about choosing responsibility over comfort, even when your webbing runs dry. So go ahead, toss that backpack on a rooftop, tighten those spandex threads, and swing head first into drama, danger, and the best pizza deliveries in gaming history.
'Cause there ain't no up north anymore. It's all down south now.
Wait, does that mean what I think it means? Tommy, baby!
What do you think it means?
That we're in charge. I mean that you're in charge.
GTA Vice City. Sun-soaked beaches, pastel suits, and enough neon to blind a disco ball. It's 1986, and the only thing hotter than the weather is the body count. You step into the blood-spattered loafers of a mobster, fresh out of the clink, sent south to close a simple drug deal. But surprise, everything explodes. Your briefcase walks off, your partners end up in body bags, and now you're stuck building a criminal empire in the world's most tropical death trap. Welcome to paradise. This open-world fever dream lets you carve your way through a Miami-inspired city with more cocaine and betrayal than a cartel-themed soap opera. You'll commandeer speedboats, motorcycles, sports cars, and even golf carts if you're feeling spicy. Shootouts unfold on yachts, strip clubs, construction sites, and dance floors. And if you're not wearing a Hawaiian shirt during at least one massacre, are you even doing it right? Real estate ventures turn Tommy into the Tony Montana of video game, buy businesses, run protection rackets, and casually own an adult film studio while fending off every gangster with a pulse and a gun. With a soundtrack that's straight fire and a plot that's pure pulp, this one's less about justice and more about fabulous felonies. The Warriors. It's 1979. The streets are meaner than a hangry subway rat, and every gang in New York dresses like they shop exclusively at Halloween stores. You're not a cop, not a vigilante. You're part of the most stylish gang in Coney Island, framed for a crime you didn't commit. Now you've got to fight, run, steal, tag, and brawl your way back home through every themed gang the city can throw at you. Baseball bats? Check. Graffiti warfare? Double check. Wild West-style rumbles in parking lots? You bet your bell-bottoms. This is a full-blown gang management simulator with a side of smash your face in. Train at HQ to buff your stamina, do push-ups between missions, or go tag up enemy turf with Rembrandt's paint-fueled artistic rage. There's looting, mugging, and even saving civilians for bonuses. And when you're not uppercutting someone off a fire escape, you're flexing through flashback missions that build the warrior's backstory like an origin movie nobody asked for but absolutely needed. Just cause. If you ever wanted to play as a one-man wrecking crew armed with a grappling hook, parachute, and a complete disregard for gravity, then this explosive island vacation is calling your name. You drop into a corrupt Caribbean nation where the government's idea of democracy involves machine guns and rocket launchers. Your mission? Overthrow the entire regime. But let's be honest, you're really here to jump off helicopters and skydive onto enemy jeeps while dual-wielding pistols like an action movie that skipped the script entirely. This Sandbox extravaganza throws you onto an island roughly the size of 14 million football fields, give or take, and tells you to go nuts. Cars, motorcycles, helicopters, boats. If it moves, you can probably steal it, crash it, or surf on it while launching grenades. Side missions range from liberating villages to hijacking drug cartel strongholds, all while you parasail behind speedboats like it's a Red Bull stunt gone rogue. And don't forget the grappling hook, because why just run when you can grapple a moving plane and ride it like it owes you money? It's wild, chaotic, and gloriously dumb in the best way. Who needs laws when you've got wings, explosions, and a cause to keep? Need for Speed Most Wanted. When your custom-built ride gets jacked by a slick-haired cheat named Razor and the cops throw you in the slammer, there's only one way to respond. Build a new beast, climb the outlaw ladder, and street race your way back into vengeance-fueled glory. This is not your average pedal-to-the-metal situation. It's a high-octane grudge match where every race gets you closer to reclaiming your pride, your wheels, and your spot at the top of Rockport's criminal racing food chain. What makes this ride so iconic? The sheer drama of burning rubber while dodging spike strips, smashing through gas stations to KO patrol cars, and racking up heat levels like you're auditioning for Fast and Furious, Most Arrested. You're not just racing the streets, you're baiting the cops using nitrous like it's candy, and triggering environmental chaos with a well-timed pursuit breaker. The speed trap races are a blur of flashing numbers and near-death experiences, while toll booth challenges feel like you're racing against the stopwatch of doom. And when you finally reclaim that silver and blue BMW and the entire police department goes full apocalypse mode to bring you down, that's when you floor it toward the derelict bridge, hit the jump, and leave everyone eating burnt pixels and broken dreams.
They're coming. Quick, Ven, jump out.
Beyond good and evil. She's a photojournalist, she's a martial artist, she's babysitting a lighthouse full of alien orphaned children. And apparently she's also the galactic key to humanity's survival. But no pressure, right? In a world where talking pigs pilot hovercrafts, the government is in bed with aliens, and every dark corner hides a conspiracy thicker than your grandma's pea soup, you step into her boots to expose the truth one snapshot and spin kick at a time. This one's not just open world, it's open plot twist. Between sneaking through military bunkers, solving logic puzzles, snapping endangered space critters for cash, and smashing Dom-Z aliens into cosmic puree, you're balancing stealth, action, and journalism like a future Pulitzer-winning ninja. You'll command allies, upgrade your trusty hovercraft, and eventually soar into space to storm a moon base, crawling with body-snatching nightmare. And let's not forget the adorable boar uncle who grumbles, invents things, and, minor spoiler, literally gets possessed by space fungus. This isn't just an interstellar rebellion. It's a heartfelt, mind-bending story about courage, family, and the power of a really, really good camera. It may have flopped at launch, but it aged like fine cheese in a French cellar. Just watch out for post-credit pig spores. Yakuza 2. When you've left the mob life behind, started feeding orphaned kids, and someone shows up asking for one last favor, you know it's about to go full Shakespearean with fists and betrayal. Peace doesn't last long in Kamurocho. One dead chairman, one looming war, and suddenly our ex-Yakuza legend is suiting up again. Not for vengeance, but to stop a criminal world from collapsing like a house of neon-lit cards. This crime opera pulls you into the seedy alleyways of Tokyo and Osaka, where every corner has a gang war, a karaoke machine, or a dude trying to fight you while dressed as a giant lobster, probably. It's part brawler, part soap opera, and part tourism simulator, with side quests that range from breaking up hostess club drama to body-slamming people into vending machines with style. The combat got sharper, the story got deeper. And there's even a heartfelt love subplot, right in between street fights and Korean Mafia conspiracies. Add in rooftop battles, a wild-eyed rival with serious boss fight energy, and enough heat moves to turn every punch into a cinematic climax. And you've got one of the most underrated open-world gangster sagas the PS2 ever dared to deliver. SSX-3. Imagine being dropped onto a monstrous mountain with 3 gigantic peaks, each packed tighter with adrenaline than a double-shot espresso in a snowstorm. There are no levels here, just pure, glorious downhill chaos. You're not just racing, you're performing 1080-degree flips off a cliff, grinding power lines, smacking rivals mid-air, and landing it all while your adrenaline meter practically screams, "Send it." This is a turbocharged, trick-fueled theme park made entirely of snow and dreams. One minute you're flying off a frozen dam, the next you're throwing down an Uber move with your board spinning like a caffeinated pizza. Whether you're chasing medals in slope style, racking up insane trick combos in the super pipe, or backhanding a rival into a tree during a brutal backcountry race, the mountain is yours to conquer however you want. And let's not forget DJ Atomika, hyping you up on Radio Big, like your personal snowboarding hype man, while the soundtrack slaps so hard, it deserves its own Grammy. Free ride mode lets you cruise the entire mountain uninterrupted, from summit to lodge, making it feel like an endless winter playground. Grab your board, max out that style meter, and don't forget to bring goggles. Things get wild.
Sorry, babe. I'm an ambitious girl. You're just small time.
Grand Theft Auto 3. You start with a face that never talks, a girlfriend who shoots you mid-heist, and a city that hates your guts. Welcome to Liberty City, where everyone wants you dead. Your only friend is a guy named 8-Ball, who enjoys explosives, and the most valuable skill is the ability to run people over without blinking. This is the game that dragged open-world chaos kicking and screaming into 3D, and let's be honest, it was a beautiful criminal mess. From Mafia errands to vigilante side gigs to causing more traffic destruction than rush hour in a Fast and Furious movie, you're free to do whatever you want. so long as you're cool with a 6-star police chase ending in military-grade overkill. The gunplay is rough, the cars handle like shopping carts, and the voice acting, pure cinematic gold, baby. You'll take on Yakuza bosses, shady businessmen, crooked cops, and an ex-girlfriend who went full cartel queen and thinks helicopters are subtle escape vehicles.
Even though I wasn't making much and I worked from dawn to dusk, I was glad to be working.
Mafia. It starts with a taxi job, a bullet-riddled car chase, and a guy in a hat offering you a drink and a whole new life. Welcome to 1930s Lost Heaven, where the buildings are tall, the fedoras are sharp, and the crime families run the show while pretending they're just misunderstood businessmen with Tommy guns. You play as a simple cabbie who accidentally takes the getaway driver career path and ends up knee-deep in mafia drama, prohibition shootouts, and the kind of betrayals that would make Shakespeare weep into his scotch. This one is about slow burn tension and cinematic storytelling. Missions are tight, cities are alive with period detail, and the cars? They handle like iron bathtubs on black ice. But they're beautiful bathtubs. The police don't play around either. Speed too fast, run a red light, or draw a weapon, and you'll find yourself fined, cuffed, or very much ventilated. And when you think it's all glitz and gangsters, the final twist hits like a back alley blackjack. This is a tragic rise and fall tale with emotion, atmosphere, and one of the most brutal gut punch endings on PS2. You came for the vintage vibes, but you'll stay for Tommy's final, haunting words. Destroy All Humans 2. So, you're an alien with a jetpack, a bad attitude, and, let's not sugarcoat this, a very literal reason to boast about your package. Set in 1969, this psychedelic chaos fest has you body-snatching hippies, zapping KGB agents, nuking moon bases, and seducing a Russian double agent, all while dressed like a space Elvis with a death ray. And yes, your spaceship can now cloak, abduct people, and unleash orbital doom with pinpoint sass. This time, the planet's not your only playground. You'll stomp across San Fran, London, Japan, Russia, and even the freaking moon, battling not just Cold War cronies, but an ancient enemy race with a grudge and a goo problem. Along the way, you'll unlock weapons like meteor showers, disintegrating discs, wormholes, and a holographic janitor who rage quits enemies into oblivion. Don't ask. There's a twisted love story, a pile of conspiracy jokes, and more one-liners than a stand-up comic at a UFO convention. And if that wasn't enough, you can play the whole thing in couch co-op. Nothing bonds friendships like turning an entire neighborhood into smoking rubble with your bestie. This isn't just invasion, it's intergalactic improv comedy with extra lasers and a whole lot of funk.
Always quick to pick a fight, eh, Kang?
Hey, Johnson! How about that time a stray bit you in the wiener, huh?
Shut your mouth, you old loser!
Up yours, pal!
True crime streets of LA. He's a cop. He's suspended. He's sarcastic. He wears sunglasses indoors. Welcome to Los Angeles, where your badge is more like a suggestion and your fists are the solution to 95% of problems. You're a one-man justice system with a revolver that never runs out of ammo and enough roundhouse kicks to qualify as a rogue ballerina of the law. This action-fueled crime saga throws you into a full-scale 240-square-mile replica of LA, complete with Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, and enough carjackings to make your insurance premium cry. But here's the twist. You're not a criminal. You're the guy supposed to stop them. Although stop might sometimes involve pile driving them into a newsstand. Choices matter here. Be a good cop, arrest bad guys, and neutralize threats non-lethally. Or go full bad cop, pop heads like piñatas, and watch civilians try to curb stomp you in flip-flops. Missions flip between shootouts, kung fu throwdowns, stealth takedowns, and high-speed chases where the only rule is don't hit grandma. And the story? Let's just say it escalates from Chinatown bombings to zombie tunnels, KGB drug lords, and North Korean generals trying to buy America with counterfeit cash. You wanted a GTA alternative. This one brought the badge and the madness. Final Fantasy XII. You start off stealing fruit in the middle of a desert and somehow end up challenging empires, fighting sky gods, and rewriting the fate of an entire continent, all before your next chocobo ride. Welcome to Ivalice, where the world's caught in a political tug-of-war, the airships are flashier than sports cars, and your party includes a disgraced knight, a bunny-eared sniper, a sky pirate who thinks he's James Bond, and a princess who's just done playing nice. The battles? Real-time strategy with a twist. You're not button mashing. You're programming your squad like it's a tactical RPG built by a sleep-deprived AI nerd. The Gambit system lets you automate teammates with logic so sharp it probably deserves its own PhD. And then there's the license board. Basically a magical, medieval LinkedIn where everyone's trying to become a ninja mage sniper with a side of summoning monsters. Exploring the world is like getting lost in a political fantasy drama where every dungeon looks like an art museum and every village is one side quest away from total annihilation. It's massive, it's moody, it's shockingly mature, and the story wraps up with airships exploding, brotherly betrayal, and world peace signed mid-battle. Royal drama never looked this stylish.
Looks like Jack still got the mojo.
Interesting. It appears to be reading out some preset coordinates.
Jack 2. What starts with a time portal and a friendly artifact quickly spirals into an explosive tour of dystopian city life, complete with hovercars, gunfights, and more betrayal than a soap opera directed by Michael Bay. Our once silent hero now has a voice, and it's angry. After 2 years of dark eco-experimentation, he's not just talking, he's growling, blasting Crimson guards with a morph gun, and occasionally turning into a clawed rage monster with glowing eyes and a thirst for destruction. Welcome to Haven City, a chaotic open-world hub where stealing hover vehicles is normal, alleyways are danger zones, and the only thing more unstable than the ecosystem is your relationship with the local resistance. Missions bounce from racing and stealth to full-blown shootouts against mutant invaders. And yes, there's a jetboard, because every post-apocalyptic hero needs a sweet grind move. But beneath the guns, gadgets, and punk rock eco-terrorism, there's a time travel plot so twisty it needs its own whiteboard. With a darker tone, brutal difficulty, and combat that slaps harder than your uncle's old mixtape, this one kicks the door down, yells, "I'm back," and sets the bar on fire.
Activating target broadcast for a high-level threat. High-level threat. Angry man on the move. Gamma sensors are lit up. I'm looking to engage.
The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. You ever punch a helicopter out of the sky using a city bus? How about surf down a skyscraper with a crushed taxi under? Welcome to the anger management simulator of your wildest dreams, where you're a 7-foot green rage monster with zero chill and zero patience for buildings that dare to stand upright. This game dares you to get creative. Streetlights become baseball bats, cars become boxing gloves, tanks become paperweights, and pedestrians? Well, they're often airborne, whether they like it or not. With a full upgrade system that lets you unlock new moves like the weaponized car frisbee and sonic boom clap of doom, every fight is a demolition derby of physics-defying nonsense. Critical mass mode? That's when Hulk stops playing and starts rewriting the skyline with his fists. And between missions, you've got a whole open-world playground to go nuts in. Golf with water towers, rampage challenges, and collectible comic covers that reward your inner collector and your outer destructor. The story even gets deep, diving into Bruce Banner's psyche and unleashing Devil Hulk for some brain vs. brute drama. But let's be real, you're mostly here to throw tanks like dodgeballs.
Whoa, whoa. Sorry, ma'am. Just passing through.
Spider-Man Web of Shadows. This one throws you headfirst into a gooey apocalypse where your ex-bestie explodes into a shower of alien jelly and suddenly you're rocking the black suit again, moody attitude, extra strength and all. But don't get too cozy, because Manhattan is crawling with symbiote nightmare, and you're the only spandex-clad lunatic swinging between hero of the people and slimy tyrant of the night. While its big-budget cousins on PS3 and Xbox 360 went full 3D, this PS2 gem slaps hard in stylish 2.5D fashion. You punch, kick, and symbiote smash through a rogue's gallery of weirdos, from Craven's sewer circus to Rhino's big angry tank energy. And yes, you do get moral choices. Save the day, or let your goo suit feed its inner emo. Your call. The gameplay is pure beat-em-up joy, with web-slinging flair and tag-in assists from Marvel allies like Luke Cage and Black Cat, unless you betray them. And the final battle? It's symbiote on symbiote madness, with serpentine horror and a moral coin toss that decides whether you clean up the city or crown yourself King Goo of Manhattan. Drive Unlimited. Imagine cruising down the sun-drenched coastlines of Oahu in a supercar you could never afford in real life, windows down and zero traffic tickets in sight. Welcome to digital driving paradise, where the only thing more absurd than the car prices is how much road you actually get. Over 1,000 miles of real Hawaiian asphalt, plus off-road detours, beach shortcuts, and volcano-side thrills to boot. It's a lifestyle simulator in disguise. You buy houses, fill them with exotic cars, and then casually drag race millionaires on mountain passes, because why not? The PS2 version might not have had the online bells and whistles of its Xbox sibling, but it still offered a taste of open-road luxury and palm tree-lined rebellion. If you're speeding through Honolulu's cityscape, exploring rainforest switchbacks, or just driving in a perfectly straight line like you're filming a car commercial, this game nails that freedom fantasy. Add in customization, dealerships with jaw-dropping prices, and side events that range from time trials to chauffeur gigs, yes, really, and you've got the most laid-back open-world racer of its era. No cops, no stress, just you, your car, and the road stretching into tropical infinity.
To throw your wrench, hold R1 and press square.
Ratchet and Clank going commando. What starts with a live TV interview turns into a galaxy-hopping conspiracy, a sketchy corporation, and a furry engineer wielding more firepower than a small army. This time, our favorite duo's celebrity status earns them first-class tickets to the Bogon Galaxy, where the CEO of Megacorp hires them to chase down a mysterious thief who stole a totally safe, not at all dangerous, biological experiment. Spoiler, it's basically a fluffy murder muffin with teeth. This sequel goes harder, faster, and boomier than the original. Every gun you wield levels up as you use it, turning basic blasters into apocalyptic popcorn mate. There's a leveling system for Ratchet himself, armor upgrades for extra drip and defense, and a galaxy full of planets, hover races, gladiator arenas, and even spherical space combat. It's got so many side gigs, you'll forget what the main quest even was. And when you finally confront the big bad, plot twist, It's the galaxy's dumbest former superhero wearing a fake mustache. Yep, our boy Quark is back and dumber than ever. But beneath all the chaos, the heart's still there. Tight platforming, ridiculous weapons, and the best buddy cop banter this side of the Milky Way.
Idiots! Bloody amateurs!
Come on, get in the car, quick! Sus!
Get off me! Let me down!
The Getaway. Welcome to London, mate, where the traffic's brutal, the gangsters wear suits sharper than their knives, and your GPS is replaced by flickering turn signals. You're not just driving these rain-slicked streets for fun. You're on a full-blown, blood-soaked revenge tour as an ex-con dad trying to get his son back, while half the city thinks you murdered your own wife. Oof! This gritty crime drama doesn't waste time with HUDs or health bars. Instead, you heal by leaning dramatically on walls like a hungover Liam Neeson. Guns run out when you drop them mid-fire. And forget about map marker. Your car literally blinks its way to each objective like a confused Uber driver with a vendetta. Between dual storyline, one from a criminal's view, the other from a cop gone rogue, you'll storm gang hideouts, survive ambushes, and crash more Peugeots than a Top Gear blooper reel. It's cinematic, it's raw, and it treats London like a grimy open-world stage for double crosses, shootouts, and that one level where you kidnap a police chief in broad daylight. British crime has never looked this bold, or this bonkers. Tea time? Nah. It's time for car chases and retribution.
It was the coolest place on the planet. Everyone was either finding themselves, having a party, or getting laid. Just a country boy looking to make good. But a few weeks, and it felt like home. I knew every street, every avenue.
Driver parallel lines. It starts with a roaring V8 in 1978 and ends with a revenge-fueled rampage in 2006. You're a streetwise wheelman nicknamed TK who gets framed for murder, thrown into Sing Sing for nearly 3 decades, and comes back with one goal: wreck everyone responsible. This isn't just a game. It's a gritty, gear-grinding crime opera drenched in retro funk and modern fury. You'll cruise a fully open New York that evolves over 2 time periods, shifting from disco-era muscle cars and neon signs to modern-day SUVs and soulless high-rises. And once you finish the main story, you can actually switch between eras, because nothing says revenge like blasting 2006 traffic in a 78 Charger knockoff. The driving feels raw and reckless, with mod shops offering nitrous boosts, bulletproof upgrades, and lowered suspensions for stylish car-smashing chaos. On foot, you'll shoot, hijack, and outwit a corrupt cop-turned-police chief while taking down your former friends one by one, like it's a Tarantino sequel on Turbo. Shadow of the Colossus. It's just you, a cursed sword, your loyal horse, and 16 walking skyscrapers that would make Godzilla look like a house pet. There's no army, no loot, no side quests, not even a minimap to hold your hand. Just wind-swept ruins, emotional ruin, and the growing suspicion that maybe, just maybe, you're not the good guy here. You ride across a vast and eerily empty forbidden land to stab giants in the glowing weak spots. Sounds heroic, right? Except every battle feels like toppling a living, breathing monument. Each Colossus is its own puzzle. Some soar through the skies, others swim like armored whales, and a few straight-up swing clubs the size of buses. Climbing these beasts is like fighting physics and fate at the same time, with your stamina bar whispering "don't let go" and gravity screaming otherwise. And just when you start enjoying the monster murdering high, you notice your skin looks weird, your horse limps, the girl you're trying to save hasn't said a word. The vibes? Immaculate. The emotions? Devastating. The gameplay? Timeless. for Speed Underground 2. After surviving a Hummer H2 ambush, a totaled skyline, and more betrayal than a soap opera finale, you land in Bayview with a busted ego and a new set of wheels, courtesy of a total stranger named Rachel. She hands you a 350Z, a phone that buzzes like it's possessed, and a to-do list that basically says, race, style, dominate. This street racing Sega throws you into an open world where gas stations don't just fuel your tank, they recharge your nitrous. You drift down multi-level parking garages like a caffeinated ballet dance, slam through airport URL circuits, and street X your way through tight alleyways where every wall is a potential car tattoo. And when you're not shredding tires, you're customizing rides with neon lights, carbon hoods, magazine covers, and vinyl decals that scream fast and fashionable. Forget menus. If you want to race, you better drive to it. Mr. Shortcut, that's on you, champ. Got style? Prove it by earning nitrous back with risky stunts, clean drifts, and hairline near misses with city traffic.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Gun. Forget saloons with swinging doors and say hello to scalp-happy, quick-draw slinging chaos in the most rootin', shootin', Wild West saga that somehow slipped under everyone's radar. You play as Colton White, a buffalo hunter with a tragic past and a talent for turning desperados into Swiss cheese at 30 yards. When your life gets flipped upside down thanks to betrayal, corruption, and a gold-fueled conspiracy, you saddle up for bloody revenge across untamed frontier towns, outlaw hideouts, and native battlegrounds. This ain't no tourist ride through Yeehaw land. We're talking free-roaming shootouts with outlaws, lawmen, wolves, and the occasional grizzly bear that thinks you look tasty. 1 minute, you're herding cattle like a respectable fella, and the next, you're scalping enemies mid-battle, lobbing whiskey bombs, and chasing fugitives on horseback through bullet-riddled canyon. If you're picking off bandits with explosive arrows, slicing through ambushes with a saber, or slamming into a poker tournament like you own the saloon, every dusty corner of this open world begs to be explored or blown up. With its blend of brutal combat, gritty story, and side missions from hell, this Western ain't just open. It's wild, unhinged, and gunning for greatness.
Reports from Pyongyang indicate North Korean military have staged a violent coup.
The Royal Australian Navy intercepted Korean freighter.
He's alerted after uncovering a cache of nuclear warheads in the shipping.
Mercenaries' playground of destruction. It drops you straight into North Korea with nothing but a bounty list, a rocket launcher, and a bad attitude toward dictatorships. You pick from 3 mercenaries, each fluent in different languages, because why just speak bullets when you can also do diplomacy, until you blow up their HQ 5 minutes later. The entire map is your anarchic playground, with tanks to hijack, helicopters to steal, buildings to obliterate, and factions to either charm or accidentally tick off with a stray RPG. The missions come from 4 different factions, and you're the human yo-yo between them. South Korea wants reunification, China wants domination, the Russian Mafia wants profits, and the Allied nations want paperwork. But what do you want? Cold hard cash for every deck of 52 war criminal you bag, dead or alive. Think Pokemon, but with AK-47s and airstrikes. You'll ride in style, infiltrate in disguise, backstab your clients, or just flatten everything with a well-placed bunker buster. Because too much chaos and they'll send fighter jets to nuke you from the sky like an angry god. It's explosive, it's strategic, it's hilarious. This is the only sandbox where blowing up a monument might earn you a bonus.
Okay, I'll play with you.
Scarface, the world is yours. It asks one question right out the gate. What if Tony Montana didn't eat 100 bullets in that final scene? What if he crawled out of that bloody mansion, detoxed, and decided to rebuild his empire from scratch, minus the mountains of nose candy, for now? That's exactly what this wild, open-world criminal empire sim pulls off. And let me tell you, it's equal parts vengeance, business management, and neon-fueled Miami chaos. You're laundering dirty cash, hiring hitmen, smuggling kilos, buying banks, and recruiting femme fatales for mansion perks. You build an entire empire region by region, one bloody turf war and golf swing cocaine deal at a time. Oh, and there's a balls meter. That's right. Do enough bold stuff, like taunting enemies mid-gunfight, and you fill your balls meter to unleash blind rage, a first-person, infinite ammo, slow-mo murder fest that could make Max Payne blush. Unlike other open-world games, you can't hurt innocents. Tony's got a code, even if he's a lunatic with a rocket launcher. This one's all about empire building, personal style, explosive revenge, and reclaiming the throne with swagger, suits, and a chainsaw in the trunk. Midnight Club 3-Dub Edition. Your tires won't touch reality once you're dropped into 3 sprawling cities, soaked in neon, traffic chaos, and enough street cred to make your DualShock sweat. Welcome to a world where nitrous is more important than oxygen, where style is performance, and where underground clubs don't just race, they roar, drift, and flex. You'll roll through San Diego, Atlanta, and Detroit with a custom whip that screams attitude thanks to deep-as-the-ocean visual and performance tuning. Spoilers, rims, vinyls, hydraulics. It's like Pimp My Ride crashed into Need for Speed and nobody called the insurance company. The open world is your playground, from ordered circuits to chaotic checkpoint mayhem. Want to go full Vin Diesel? Unlock aggro, zone, and raw powers that turn your ride into a literal weapon of speed. Oh, and did I mention bikes? Sport ones, choppers, trucks, tuners. You'll earn respect from clubs like Unbeatable Street Racers or Chopper of America, and walk away with exclusive cars and abilities. Whether you're drag racing through midnight streets or just vibing to the game's insane 98-track soundtrack, every race feels like a bass-thumping party. And that remix version? Tokyo is waiting. Just don't blink. You might miss the turn. Barnyard. On paper, it sounds like a fever dream. A farm full of secretly sentient party animals, throwing mocktail-fueled raves at night and battling predators by day. Yet somehow, it absolutely works. You step into the hooves of your own custom critter and dive into a surprisingly packed open-world adventure where barnyard politics, goofy minigames, and actual leadership duties come together in one chaotic farm life simulator. By day, you're running around helping animals with missions that feel like a cross between side quests and cartoon sitcom sketches. By night, the barn transforms into a full-blown club where you mix drinks, play secret games, and chase that elusive Barnyard champion title with cutthroat leaderboard rivalry. You'll be tossing pipes, golfing in fields, teasing the mailman, and unlocking dance floors like it's a bovine version of Yakuza Farm Edition. The missions evolve over time, introducing higher difficulty, emotional moments, yes, characters do die, and full-on boss fights. Throw in collectible recipe rocks, rare royal jelly, and a gopher-run black market shop, and it's honestly one of the strangest yet most addictive open worlds of the era. Who knew Barnyard management could be this wild, this heartfelt, and this ridiculously fun? So there you have it, 30 open-world PS2 games that prove polygons age like wine, or at least like rebellious pixelated whiskey. Whether you're riding horses across the frontier, gunning for revenge in pastel-soaked Miami, or just trying to survive the mean streets as a gangster squirrel, these titles still bring the freedom, the madness, and the memories. And if your thumbs are tingling with nostalgia, that's the PS2 calling you back. Smash that like button, comment with your favorites or forgotten gems, and don't forget to subscribe for more retro chaos and pixel-packed countdown. Now go. Your open world awaits, champ.